Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Dirty Scarecrow podcast. This is Techno Matt Meyer. TV Mike Klingy is off working on other projects right now, but will be back with us in a future episode, hopefully episode 3 or 4. Right now, I'm going to start off this episode, which is basically local Bloomington, Indiana musicians and good friends of mine. The first track is a remix of an M.I.A. track, Pull Up the Pour, by Goodhands Team, which we have an interview with later in the show. It's the GHT edit. I'm just going to start the show off by doing that playing the mix track, and then immediately follow that by the first part of our interview with Josh Olivo and Jason Stahl of Goodhands Team. Then, just so we get some more music back in here, we're going to cut back into another music track, and then back into the show. So, hope everybody enjoys, and stay tuned for the music. M.I.A.
Pull out the people, pull up pour. Pull out the people, pull up the pour. Pull up the pour, pull up the pour. Tang, that's that M.I.A. thing. I got the bombs to make you blow. I got the beats to make you bang. Tang, tang, that's that M.I.A. thing. I got the bombs to make you blow. I got the beats to make you bang.
This is Techno Matt with a second installment of our podcast. Here I have Josh Olivo and Jason Stahl of Goodhands Team. First, go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
My name's Josh.
I am Jason.
The first question I had is that Goodhands Team is a relatively dynamic set of people involved, and who's been involved, and how do you define the Goodhands Team itself?
That's an interesting question to try to answer. I guess it started with me and my friend Greg, who both of you guys know, actually.
Right.
Our friend Greg, I should say. We were in a rock band together, and that sort of met its demise in 97... Or that's not right. Like around 2000. 99, 2000. I don't know why I said 97.
It's a good year. You still
So then, that was really about the same time that we both started listening to a lot of different kinds of music outside of even regular, like, rock, quote-unquote, instruments making music. A lot of electronic music and pretty much all over the spectrum. So we kind of started this thing, and that also coincided when we were both getting into technology kind of stuff a lot, computers and hacking programs and, getting stuff for free to make music, basically.
Right. Which is a lot to do that now.
Yeah, it sure is. So that was kind of the inception. As time went on, Greg couldn't really do as much because he was finishing up a degree at IU in the School of Music, which is incredibly demanding.
Right.
So he kind of had to do that. So I kind of kept it going and just have been recording stuff on my own a lot. I say on my own, but I really use a lot of people's help whenever I need people to do something or just to try to get a different perspective, generally. And so I recorded this basically obscene amount of material all the time, and but lately it's sort of mutated into a live thing because people we've been playing shows and I've enlisted the help of more people, Jason being one of them. And it's people that I generally have common interests with anyways. As far as the music we listen to, we recommend music to each other constantly because music's kind of like crack to us. So
right.
We have to have as much of it as possible.
And when did Jason get involved?
Well, we've known each other for a few years. Just really recently, the past...
The Do Make Say Things show.
Yeah.
That was, I don't recall what date that was, but...
October 21st, maybe?
All right.
2004.
But since then, it's been a handful of shows, and that's also crept into studio collaborations. He's played drums on some of my stuff, and I don't know, I've lent other vocal type things too, not just the live studio tracks that we did, and yeah, it's, I don't know, that
Right.
It's just been the collective, and knowing him through Maggie, and then also just hearing the stuff that he's made, given the audio he was provided, I don't know, it's cool to be part of this fold, and it carries on to everybody else that I've had the pleasure of working with. They're all capable of either generating the sounds or capturing them and manipulating them in some way.
Right, which kind of brings me into the second question, which is that, there's obviously what people see as traditional instruments, and then there's stuff that falls far outside of that you use on a regular basis, and is part of the process the instrument first, or is it the instrument serves a purpose, or...
Well, I think it's...
And I use instrument with big quotes around it, too.
Right. There's really a, pluralistic kind of issue I have with that, because on the one hand, I hear sound and music as sound and music, like a band that I'm really into that uses drum machines and guitars and whatever can be just as much music or noise or sounds as a Penderecki string quartet. You know what I mean? To me, it really is the same thing in a lot of ways.
Right.
But yeah, subconsciously or consciously, there is a certain sort of selection of kinds of instruments or kinds of ways that instruments are used, possibly, because a lot of it doesn't sound... there's a likeness to a lot of it. Even the live stuff, there's this likeness that transcends through, you know what I mean? A lot of it has to do with a lot of us having a lot of the same influences. Not exact same, but we generally are hip to a lot of similar things, you know what I mean?
Word.
We look to a certain kind of... all around Bloomington, there are so many people that play music, listen to me. They're doing.
It's a different community than a lot of communities, especially in outside of a major city. Is that the percentage of people that are musicians or training to be musicians or trained musicians or
sure
aspire to be musicians or
people
or
that,
know musicians, or it's a
people that are into any other kind of art that just kind of play guitar on the side or whatever, and just so happen to be really good at it, or and they're not even really putting much effort. Yeah, it's not that's the cool thing about Bloomington, and that's the cool thing about whenever I wanted to find people. I've really been able to surround myself with people who have a lot of confidence in what they do, but at the same time aren't pretentious about it. You know what I mean? That's really easy to do.
Right.
So I feel like they feel comfortable just doing whatever at any time, and will be okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm blowing up.
Wow.
Okay, sorry. That's really funny because that's Maggie from inside the house.
We're in the backyard, basically in a shed, and that was a cell phone call from about 100 feet from us. Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, go, Jason. I mean, is it just a manipulation of what you have to get what you're looking for, or is it?
Well, I mean, it kind of came about in that way. I mean, I think at any point in time, if I wanted to, I could, jump on a keyboard or a guitar or something like that if it called for that. But for the most part, like, I've pretty much been enjoying, like, trying to take something like my guitar pedals that I've used only for guitar and noises in the past and use them in some completely different way.
Right.
I mean, I have a certain pedal that's actually a kind of mini sampler. It's a loop station, but it has 3 different inputs. One's a mic, one's a line, and one's a stereo. So I can, like a little 1/8 inch in, so I can run a CD running audio, some sort of output from a keyboard or a mixer.
Basically any audio source.
Yeah, and then my microphone, which can capture anything on stage. So it's always been about, I don't know, it's been really free in the sense that we definitely have to listen to each other.
Right.
Anytime we play, and that's beautiful because most people can, be in more structured environments and can rely on that structure and carry their own weight or put their individual foot forward, but not necessarily as a group sometimes. And the way this is automatically set up, it's always going to be feeding off of what is going on right then.
That's the team.
Yeah, that's the team.
In the essence, people who won't fumble.
Yeah. Can hold the ball, hang on to the ball.
No butterfinger.
Good hands.
Josh, I don't know how much of what you work on do you work on the seat of like isolated, or do you prefer to work with other people early on, like Jason said? I know that obviously when you're performing something, you've got to be paying attention to each other.
Yeah. I think when I'm doing stuff, when I do stuff by myself, I really don't try to lay any sort of structure to it. It's a very chaotic process because whatever just so happens to be going on at the time, I'll just be like, I'll grab this and grab that, and that seems cool, and let's see what happens, you know what I mean? There aren't a lot of preconceived ideas. It just sort of is built up in front of me. It always seems really obvious what should happen next, you know what I mean? Like what I need to do after what I've just done. Like there always seems to be a next step, but I tried to translate that with the live thing because we have to just see what happens and see what comes next, you know what I mean? We have to push it forward, but it's like more collective than just me, But when I do use a lot of people though, not all the time. I would say that it takes up a large percentage of the stuff that I do is stuff with people. But having said that, I have a lot of friends who play, and I like to include them like when I can. And it's really easy to be like, oh yeah, so and so can totally do this kind of thing, and you know what I mean?
Right.
But that goes along with the Bloomington thing again, because there's a lot of people who are playing music on the street, let alone like this side of town, let alone
the street.
Yeah. So I mean, I was telling Paul the other day that it feels so cool to walk down 6th Street with an instrument in my hand because I do it all the time.
Right.
Whether it's like a keyboard or like a cymbal or whatever. I just feel like, I don't know, it's bizarre.
St. Patrck's Part 1 by Goodhands Team. Now we have the second part of our interview.
One of the other questions I had was that I know your political ilk and how you try to keep yourself informed. Does that have an influence on your music?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the words.
Is it a conscious influence?
I kind of just let it happen however it's going to happen. I really try to keep up on sort of world news and global politics and global geopolitics, you know, like how stuff's going down in other parts of the world. But I try not to let it get too, like, I don't know, political bands can, like, shoot themselves in the feet, you know what I mean? Like, totally all the time. They'll just get too, a little overt about it, and then it's just defeating the purpose at that point, you know what I mean? So I sort of, like, talk about, or, I don't know, in titles, or, especially on my website, there are some things you can go to, and some of it has a little bit, it's sort of laced with that kind of stuff, but I try not to make it, like, stupid, like, I'm not gonna, you know, like the song the Beastie Boys did about the war, you know what I'm talking about?
That literally spoke about Bush specifically.
Yeah, that sucked. I mean, I love the Beastie Boys, but that was just horrible, and I think that can totally happen. It's a really fine line. I mean, even the Beatles and, like, Pink Floyd had to, like, deal with that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not let it get, like, out of hand.
Well, you can't really listen to those songs and they don't specifically mention a single current news event or figure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's you know, you gotta try not to let it get out of hand.
Well, cool. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before I close it up?
Not really. I'm glad that Dirty Scarecrow's holding it down.
Exactly.
Representing.
I mean, that's I would say the lion's share of the shows that we have played have been Dirty Scarecrow Productions.
Yeah, Mike does a great job. Mike does a great job with.
And that is, I mean, always, I don't know.
All right. Well, how would somebody get in touch with either of you?
Website is if you do a search, if you type in Goodhands Team at Google, it'll show you the page. Otherwise, it's a GeoCities page because I'm janky and I use free shit.
Yeah, and I think I can. You should move it to my site.
Okay.
I got space and there's no reason.
All right, talk about that.
Okay.
But it's geocities.com/Goodhands Team, and you can download any of the 5 going on 6 full-length, like, albums or glob of songs, or they're like virtual albums, I guess. And about 20 remixes, I think. And we've recorded some stuff sort of with this ensemble that'll probably be up there at some point too. Like, it's basically the live setup, only we recorded in, like, a studio. Basically.
Okay.
There's a couple of those songs. One of which is probably what I'm going to include on this.
All right.
broadcast.
All right. We'll have some notes about that then.
Yeah.
Jason?
I have, speaking of janky, I have just a, I don't know, JL Stahl at indiana.edu. No.
Hey, that'll work.
MySpace.com/5IVER, Fiverr. The number
5IVER.
Yeah, I just started it last week, so I'm adding to it.
All
I'm trying
right.
to figure out how to get audio on there, but yeah.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen.
Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Man.
All
It's
right.
always a pleasure.
Yeah, look at the show notes for any of these links, and hopefully we'll be talking to people soon.
All right, that was the second part of the Good Hands team interview. Now, again, the St. Patrck's part 2, and that is spelled Saint STPATRX. So more information on the website. All right, that was Goodhands Team with St. Patrick's Part 2. Up, we have DJ Spikes Upend, a track from late last year. That was DJ Spikes with Upend, a track that he wrote up in Chicago late last year. Up next, we have Remnant, which is Jason Stahl's musical project. The track is called Soupcan.
There's only really one outlet.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Dirty Scarecrow Podcast. We're actually going to have another one up relatively soon that will be a non-interview show. That should be available the next week or so. So thanks again for tuning in.